Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Because you're doing pretty well. Let's see, today's actually Saturday, July 19th, and I wasn't really going to make a video, but I was like, you know what, I have a brand new product, and let's just go ahead and make some content here, because I wasn't going to clean the tires, but I decided to go ahead and clean them. But yeah, I did a rinse and wash on the Equinox in direct sun. It was like 75, 77, somewhere in there. I used Phoenix EOD Hydro. I was playing around with dilutions for this lately, because on the label it says 1 ounce per 2 to 3 gallons. I was playing around with 1 ounce per 3 gallons, which is like 1 to 384, and then the standard 256 to 1. And I actually like this better at 256 to 1. I know from a cost perspective, 1 to 384 is a lot better, but at 256 to 1, I found that it has better lubricity during the wash process and during the drying process. So I ended up just using this at 256 to 1. I think I'm going to stick with 256 to 1 with this. I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. Again, real nice and no issues in direct sun. You know, I didn't have any weird staining or anything like that. And then I was cleaning the trim on the side. It's got the Equinox has this rubber trim on the side of the windows, and it's a pain in the butt to keep those clean, and they oxidize. At one point, I put the Fine Lab black velvet, and I tried to take that off, and it kind of left some weird streaks on there. So I had to scrub that off, and I got to figure out what to clean it with. I might just go ahead and use a magic eraser and see if that does anything to remove the remaining black velvet. So again, I cleaned it with some Adams wheel and tire, tire and rubber cleaner, just to kind of clean it with a microfiber towel. And then I just kind of dressed it with some Ethos graphene trim and tire shiner, just kind of see how that does. But that trim is really weird because it absorbs product unevenly, which is, you know, you can put it on there and then you let it sit, and then you come back and you wipe it off, and you think you got it all off, and then after about, you know, a couple hours or so, you can kind of see some of it kind of just leaching back out. It's a weird material. It's that rubber material. So I gotta figure out what they want to do. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and clean it. I'm probably gonna use a magic eraser, kind of deep clean that surface to remove that excess black velvet. That stuff is really hard to get off of rubber. And then I'm thinking about trying out Sea Quartz Blackout. Like, I'll just buy a bottle of it, and I'm only going to use it for that. I don't think I'm going to be using it as a tire product, because I don't really like. I'm not a big fan of tire coatings in general. I actually went back to water-based tire dressings because they're just, for me, they're just a lot better. I've tried some solvent-based tire dressings. I'm not going to keep those. I got to figure out what I want to do with some of the products that I don't want, and I have an idea. So I'm going to just kind of, I think I know what I'm going to do with that. So yeah, so I went ahead and did that, and I then went ahead and cleaned the tires on the Equinox. And what I ended up doing is I was playing around with some products. I was like, all right, since I'm going to be using Fenrir from Phoenix EOD, and before we get to that, I want to talk about the prep I did. Is I ended up using Phoenix EOD Kraken, which is their all-purpose cleaner. So again, this comes in a concentrate, and then you just mix it up, and you just mix it up. It says on the back here, 1 to 10. Worked out really good. Cleaned the tires really good. It says up to 1 to 20. And I ended up doing for 1 to 10 for tires. So kind of just playing around with this, and it worked out really good. I turned the tires really brown, cleaned them really good, and again, I'm prepping for the Fenrir. So we're probably asking, what is Fenrir? It says it's a dual-use tire and interior dressing. That's exactly what it is. You can actually, think of this as Phoenix EOD's version of CarPro Perl. That's exactly what it is. You can multiple uses. You can use it on interiors, exteriors, engine bays, and pretty much any surface that you would use CarPro Perl. You can use Fenrir on it. That's exactly what this product is used for. So again, this is one of the products that I was asking for Aaron to. I kept bugging him about, hey, when are we going to get a tire dressing? When are we going to get a tire dressing? Well, I'm glad he finally decided to give us a tire dressing, and so he collaborated with the House of Rags to come up with this product here, and it even has it on the back, Phoenix EOD, and it has the House of Rags logo on the back. You can see it right there on the bottom there. Made in the USA product here, and so rather than reading the small print here, we're going to go ahead and take a look at their website. And right now on their website, again, it's July 19th, and you can see it right on Phoenix EOD's website. It says available only at the House of Rags until October. So until October, you can buy from House of Rags. I'll post a link. You guys can use my promo code if you want to get 10% off, or when they have a sale, just go ahead and take advantage of that. So it says Fenrir Dual Action Tire and Interior Dressing is a high-performance water-based conditioner engineered for superior surface bonding and long-lasting durability. Developed through advanced emulsification technology, Fenrir clings tightly to rubber, plastic, and vinyl, delivering protection without the risk of sling. This dual-purpose formula restores and preserves essential surface oils, shielding materials from harmful UV exposure while enhancing appearance. Used undiluted, it produces a crisp, clean finish on tires with a refined, darkened look. Diluted 5:1, it brings the same protective performance to interior surfaces, leaving a dry touch, factory-like appearance. Formulated for professionals, built for versatility, powered by Myth. So it says, when Phoenix unites with Thor, even Fenrir bows. It says, key features: a water-based conditioner, no sling, crisp, clean finish, long-lasting durability, UV protection, and surface nourishment, dual-purpose exterior and interior use. So that's why, again, it's just their version of a CarPro Perl type product, or think of Detail Code Guardian as another one that you can get like that. So here's the dilutions for this product here. So for tires, it says undiluted. It says, so again, clean the surface thoroughly before application. Apply Fenrir directly to a foam applicator or tire brush. Spread evenly across the surface. Allow to dry completely before driving. For enhanced depth, apply a second coat once dry. So again, we're gonna be using straight up for tire dressing, and for interior, dilute 5:1. Dilute Fenrir with water, 5 parts water to 1 part product. Lightly mist on the microfiber towel or applicator. Apply evenly to plastic, vinyl, or rubber surfaces. Buff off any excess for a dry, touch, non-greasy finish. So that's what we're going to use this product for. And you know what? I didn't even bring an applicator. Maybe I can get an applicator, but maybe I'll go get an applicator for the interior. But yeah, that's what Fenrir is all about. So what I ended up doing, again, I prepped the tire already, and I ended up making a solution. Don't mind that it says CarPro Perl. That's old. I actually had CarPro Perl in here. I dumped it out. I made Fenrir. I've rinsed it out and put Fenrir in here, diluted 1:5, because I was using CarPro Perl on interior dressings. The one thing I'm going to mention here too is I got to play around with this. So with CarPro Perl, what I ended up doing is, when I use CarPro Perl as a tire dressing, I use it undiluted for its first use. Once I clean the tires, I'll use CarPro Perl. I'll apply it undiluted, and then I'll run that for the first wash. And then when the first wash, after I clean the tires, again, I'm not using a tire cleaner. I'm just using soap and water, but the water is going to break it down because it is a water-based product. That I have a Perl bottle diluted 1:1, and then I touch it up with that on a weekly basis. If I'm sticking with Perl long term, I'll just use 1:1 all the time. That's the way I would recommend for using Fenrir. So just use Fenrir at undiluted as your base layer, and then maintain 1:1 going forward. Or again, just dilute it whatever you want, 1:2, 1:3. Just pick whatever works for you here. So let's go ahead and get tire applicator. I got my spray bottle, this, and I think I'm going to go get me an applicator to use for the interior to spray this in. I do have a towel, but I want something that goes on even, because I want to show you guys something as well. So let's go ahead and just grab an applicator just for the sake of having one. This will do. Okay. Now I want to talk about one thing here. So what, what's the old saying? What was once old is new again. There's been this new trend lately where people have been using panel prep to prep your tires. Like they would grab a thing of panel prep and they would wipe their tires down with this. That's nothing new. It's been done before. If you go back and watch my C-Quartz blackout video that I did like 4 years ago in 2021, because I went back and watched, I was like, man, I remember using that. So I ended up using a panel prep prior to applying C-Quartz blackout onto the tire, just to kind of as an insurance wipe. And so I would use that. I also use that when I would do like the McKee's tire coating, and the Tough Shine tire coating. So I would actually use that. I don't remember if I did it with Black Velvet from Fine Lab, but yeah, I did that with this. So again, it's not a new thing. It's just becoming, it's just more readily seen because of social media. There's a lot of old techniques that were not shown on camera because of lack of social media, that when people find out about them again, then it becomes popular in there, and that's what happened with this panel prep here. Again, for a tire coating, yes, it's going to help it bond to the surface. Water-based tire dressings are not so picky that they'll bond and they'll be okay. If you use a panel prep on the tire, which I'm going to go ahead and just use it just for kicks, you're not going to get like a month extra of durability. You know, you may get like a day or two extra, but you're not going to get a crazy amount of durability. Again, it's a water-based tire dressing. Once water hits it from during the car wash process, or your driving through rain, it's going to remove again. Like removes like, and these being water-based dressings, you know, water is going to remove that on there. So I'll just go ahead and use the panel prep just for kicks. I'm going to go ahead and rotate the camera here and get you guys in a good spot, just so you can actually see what we're doing here. And I think the shadows are going to mess with me here. That's all right. Let's see, let me find my towel here that I was using, because I ended up wiping the other tires just for kicks. So yes, you are going to pick up some stuff from the tire. That is you know, that's going to happen. So again, we'll just spray some panel prep if I can. I just go ahead and shake it. I'm going to lightly spray some stuff on there, and then we're just going to scrub this. Okay. So there you go. So yes, you are going to pick up some stuff from the tire, but you see the tire, for the most part, it's clean during the wash process. A lot of it's going to come off on there. So we're going to go take some Fenrir. Again, I'm going to shake this up because it's a brand new product here. Just get all the juices in here. I should be wearing gloves, but I don't have any on the cart here. I forgot them in the garage. One thing is, Aaron includes these nice little tips on here, and then there's a red plug in here. Just make sure you take it out. They're there for delivery purposes. And I think I can actually see, you can see how it goes on the surface. This is just a cheap applicator I bought on Amazon. Let's see if I put enough on there. There we go. So we'll do a 50-50 here. I didn't put enough on this. This is the first time I'm using this tire applicator, so I didn't prime it. So it absorbed quite a bit in here. So we'll do a quick little 50-50. So what I tend to do is I tend to just kind of, you know, with these deeper treads, if you have a brush, of course, it's a little better. But what I tend to do is just kind of work the applicator back and forth. That you kind of just shove it in there. And it gives a little bit more even appearance on here. Okay. So that's what it looks like. Let me kind of get out of the way and I'll grab the camera. Let's see if I can raise this a bit. So if I get out of the way, you can actually see what it looks like. See, it's a real nice finish here. Real nice. It's already actually starting to dry, which is cool. So if I rub it, you don't see it transferring on my finger. So it's going to dry to the touch, which is really nice feature on here. But again, it looks really good on there. Again, I'm just like, my shadow is just killing me here, but it looks really good. Let's go ahead and just finish this up. And then we'll play around with it on the interior at 5:1. So let me just put a little bit more product on here to kind of get my applicator. I know the running joke on this channel here is I remember I had this one guy tell me that you have the tire dressings are applied counterclockwise, and because I did a 50-50 that time, so I ended up going this way, then I came back this way. So that's the running joke on here, and so that's why when I apply it, I come back the other way because I've done the 50-50 already in there. And so what I ended up responding to that guy is like, well, if you're left-handed, you're going to be applying the tire dressing counterclockwise. So again, that's just you know, people come up with some weird stuff. It's pretty funny. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna let that dry, and it's gonna dry pretty quick because it's in the sun. It looks really good on there. So let me just go ahead and give you one more look. So indirect sun, you know, can look a little glossy, but it'll matte out once it kind of starts to kind of level out and cure. Kind of just spread out some of that stuff in there, but it's already starting to dry. I can actually see it right here. It's already starting to dry. Looks, actually, I like the look. Actually looks real good on here. So it is going to give you that nice, looks like it's like a glaze on here, but it actually doesn't look, actually it looks good. I actually like that look. And what's going to happen, as I mentioned, is once it cures, it'll matte out a bit more on here. So let's go ahead and do the door in here. That looks real good. Good job, Aaron. Actually, let's do the back door because I have my Grand Prix here on the thing, and so I can't open the door all the way in there. Now this was prepped with, what did I prep this with? I cleaned it with Typhon. And let me just go ahead and dress this here. So I'm going to put this little applicator in here, and I'm going to put a few sprays in there. So I'm going to just go ahead and shake this. Where's the spray setting on this? So it is pretty liquidy when you dilute it down. And I think hopefully you guys can actually see this. It's going to be kind of hard to see. But let's go ahead and do, yeah, it's kind of hard to see on this side. I wonder if I can go on the other side. To give you a 50-50, yeah, it's kind of impossible to see. It's too dark on this side. But you basically apply it, and then if you want to knock down some of the shine, you wipe it down. So yeah, let me go on the other side. You guys can't see anything on this side. I'm just losing daylight. Well, maybe this will work here. Okay, so we're going to apply it to this spot here. And the sun's starting to go behind the clouds, so we'll do, this is like this is basically vinyl. So let that set up here, and then this is a hard plastic here. Maybe I can go this way here. You can actually see it looks pretty good. Okay. So let me grab my towel. You can see the line right here. Level off the excess. And here's the thing, it actually looks, it's hard to tell. It's a real faint difference here. You can actually see it better on camera than in person. You can actually see it right here. But yeah, real nice look to that. And again, here's the line right here. So again, a real nice looking finish here. You can actually see the line right there. In there. So let's go ahead and just finish. I'll go ahead and finish this door after, but I want to give you guys an idea what this looks like from interior perspective. It doesn't look super shiny. It doesn't feel oily or anything like that. It just feels like the factory finish in here. It's not coming off. So that looks pretty good. So again, nothing. It just gives a nice overall appearance. If your interior is a little older, you're going to get more of that darkening effect. This interior is from 2018. It looks pretty, it's still in relatively good shape, but yeah, it looks pretty good on there. Like I can go ahead and finish this vinyl. Do this plastic piece. And then we'll just come back and lightly remove any excess. I'm not going to do this whole piece here because this interior doesn't really need any type of conditioning. I just want to give you guys a quick little look at what that looks like from that perspective. And again, it's had some time to sit here as it's starting to dry on here. So it's starting to dry. It actually looks pretty good. If it looks a little uneven, just apply another layer, but actually looks real good. It's actually already dry. Yeah, you can see it just a little bit, still a little wet, but for the most part, it's dry. So let me go back in the garage. Let me clean my glasses here. Okay, so let's go back in the garage, and then we'll kind of just talk about Fenrir. Actually, let me kind of rotate this back to me here, because I forgot the bottle. Oops, hit that button twice. So let's talk about Fenrir here in terms of its application and what to expect from this product here. So again, this product is a CarPro Perl alternative. I think I hope I didn't ruin my glasses. It's a CarPro Perl alternative, meaning you can use it like CarPro Perl in the sense that it's going to be multiple uses for exterior, interior use, and we'll see how it holds up. I'm just going to test it out on for a couple weeks. We'll see how it goes. I should have left a little spot on it. Maybe I'll leave a spot on the other tire to kind of see, a tape line to kind of see how it how it fades over time. But again, don't expect like crazy amounts of durability with this. It's a water-based tire dressings. Again, depending on conditions, can be a couple weeks to a month. Kind of just depends on what type of driving conditions. Again, if it's dry like now, it's summertime, this can last me about a month. If it was raining here, it'd probably last me 2, maybe 3 weeks, something like that. So yeah, just we'll see how it pans out, but I just want to give you guys a quick little look at this. I'll come back and we'll show you how this looks in a couple weeks. I might hold on to this video until then, and then we'll kind of just see how it goes. But yeah, other than that, yeah, we'll take a look at this and kind of just I'll come back with feedback on how long it's going to last, and I'll show you what the tire looks like in a couple weeks. So again, thanks for watching, guys. I will decide if I want to add on later on to this video, if I want to show you what the tire looks like in a couple weeks, and we get our final assessment of Fenrir. So I'll decide. What if I decide? You'll see the follow-up to this video here. Again, thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for more.